Alright, David Harry here, and in this video I'm going to be comparing the Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra to the iPhone 16 Pro Max. Now for this particular comparison I'm going to be very specifically testing to see which of these two phones is the fastest at basically moving data over their USB-C ports. Now if you are an Android fanboy, you definitely do not want to watch this video because unfortunately the Android gets its arse kicked. Okay, so getting into this then, and what we have got here is the Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra, and that is a 512GB variation. Next to it here is the Apple iPhone 16 Pro Max, which is also a 512GB variation. Now, next to it here, the SSD that I am going to be using is the ID Sonics MC20. Now, very importantly, this is a 2TB USB 3.2 Gen 2x2 SSD, which is capable of doing up to 2000 megabytes per second. So what's going to be really interesting here is to see if Samsung have updated the USB-C port on the S25 Ultra, and maybe it can actually read up to those speeds. Now, very interestingly also is the fact that the iPhone 16 Pro Max definitely will not reach those speeds, and the reason why is because Apple do not support USB 3.2 Gen 2x2 on any of their devices. And then to round this off, I've also got another phone here which I'm using as the stopwatch. So the first phone that I'm going to test will be the S25 Ultra. Now if you just take a quick look up in the corner here, hopefully we should be able to see that I've got over 70% on the battery. Now if I just do a quick swipe down here, as we should be able to see here, I'm also in airplane mode. Now if I just tap here, as we can see there are no apps running in the background. So what I'm basically showing you here is that the phone is basically in its most optimal setup for doing such a test. Now what I'm going to do is just to go into my files here, and the first thing I will show you is the folder and what's in it and the size of the folder that I will be testing for doing the actual data movements. So let me just tap into the external SSD there. Now as you can see, it says here 100GB test folder. Now if I just go into it, what I've got in here are a number of video files and picture files. Now these are typically what I would be saving from any phone to an external device. So just to be clear, if I'm out and about and I'm doing like loads of filming and stuff and I start filling up the storage on the phones, I will have to back them off to something so I can continue recording on the phones. So these files here are typical of what I would be backing off from a phone. Now as far as the folder size is concerned, let me just go to here and go to more, and I will go to details, and as you can see here, 100GB. So this folder is 100GB in size, or more precisely 100,000 megabytes. So let me come out of all of that there. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is start doing the testing. So the first test that I will do is to copy the 100GB from the SSD to the phone's internal storage. So let me just come back here and let me come back to the root. So I'm going to go to the SSD there. I'm just going to select the folder. I'm going to go copy, and then I will come to the internal storage here. Now I'm going to paste it, and then I will start the actual stopwatch here. So give us a second. Okay, so what I'm doing here then is timing how long it takes to transfer the data from the SSD to the internal storage of the phone. Now, to be super clear, what we are testing here are the phone's abilities to transfer via their USB-C ports. Now, that does not necessarily indicate the speed of the internal storage of the phones, because it may well be the case that both of the phones may have much faster internal storage compared to the speed of their USB-C ports, but nonetheless, whatever may or may not be the bottleneck here on the phones, whether that's the internal storage or the USB-C port speeds, basically the speed overall is going to be what we see coming out of the USB-C ports. Anyway, I just thought that I would make that really clear, just in case people don't actually understand what's going on here. So what I'm going to do now is just to speed up through this section, and I will come back in at the end once the folder has moved over, and I will get a timing for how long that has taken. Okay, I'm going to come back in here and get ready to hit stop on the stopwatch as soon as that folder is transferred. So if you give us a moment, there we go. Okay, so I'm going to call that 3 minutes and 50 seconds. Let me just go and make a note of that. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is just to reset the stopwatch. Now what I'm going to do is to delete the folder from the external storage here. So let me just delete that first. Okay. So I've deleted the folder from the external storage, and now I'm just going to make sure that there's nothing in the recycle bin. Okay, that's good. So now what I'm going to do is to copy the same folder from the internal storage to the SSD. So this is going to give us another speed test, which is obviously saving the data from the phone to the SSD. So let me just go to the internal storage here. Let me just select the test folder. I'm going to do copy. Now what I'm going to do is to select the external storage. Now once again, I'm going to copy it and start the timer. So let me just do that. Okay, so we are now copying the data from the internal storage to the external SSD. Now once again, what I'm going to do here is to just speed up through this. Then I will come back in at the end and get a timing for how long this has taken. Okay, I'm going to come back in here and get ready to hit stop once that folder has transferred over. Just give us a moment. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to call that 4 minutes and 50 seconds. Let me just make a note of that. Okay, so I'm over onto the iPhone 16 Pro Max. Now, if we take a quick look up into the corner here, the battery indicator is somewhere in the region of 70 to 80%. And then next to that, we can see the airplane sign. In fact, if I just swipe down here, as we can see, I'm in airplane mode. So we just come out of there. Now, if I just try to swipe up here, as we can see, there are no apps running. So basically, and once again, I've got the phone in a scenario where it's probably the best setup for being able to do this test so that the phone can't be disturbed by anything and there's no apps running as well. So what I'm going to do here is just to click into Files. Let me just come to the root here. So there is the SSD. Unfortunately, on like the Android phone, it didn't actually come up with its name. I don't know why that happens. But anyway, let me just show you once again what's going on here. So if I just tap into there, now if I go into the folder itself, as we can see, it's all the same picture files and like, you know, video files and stuff. Now the other thing I'm going to do here is to just let me just long press on there and let me just tap info. Now, as we're going to see here, as far as info is concerned, as we can see, that says 100 gigabytes for the total folder size. So obviously this is the same folder. I'm just letting people know that, you know, obviously it is the same folder that's being used on both of the phones. So what I'm going to do here, I'll just tap into the internal storage. So that's the internal storage there. And then I'm going to go back to the external storage. Let me just tap and hold on there. Let me hit copy. What it is, I'm getting a bit confused because I've just been using Android and now I've forgotten how to use iOS. So I'm going to come back here and then I'm going to go to the phone. So let me just do the paste and start. So here we go, paste and start. Okay, so once again, what I'm doing here is to copy the data from the external SSD to the internal storage of the phone. And then obviously what I'm going to do is the reverse of that. But first of all, I will just let this go through. And then once it gets towards the end, I will come back in and hit stop just so that we can get a timing and then do our manual bitrate calculations. Okay, I'm going to come back in here and get ready to hit stop. Now, I don't know how long this is going to take because I'm just looking at that circle up there as it fills up. And there's actually no really good gauge of how long this is going to take, so I might have to come back in a bit early here. However, I'll just wait until we see the folder populate there. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to call that 1 minute and 54. In fact, I'll round that up to 1 minute and 57 seconds. So if you just give us a second. Okay, so I've just made a note of that. Let me just reset the stopwatch. Now what I need to do here is to come back. I will go to the external storage. Now what I'm going to do here is to delete the folder from the external storage, because I'm now going to write the same folder back to it. Now let me just see if there's anything in the bin. Yes, there is. So what I'm going to do here is this delete bin. No, I just tap on there, I think, and delete that. Okay, so delete now. There we go. Like I say, I'm getting all confused because I've been using Android today and now I'm back onto iOS. Okay, so what I'm going to do is come back here, and as we can clearly see, there's nothing on the SSD, and also there's nothing in the bin. Now the reason why I clear the bin is just to make sure that there are no residual files hanging around that could otherwise maybe get involved in some of the data movements and stuff. Okay, so I'm now going to go to the internal storage. Let me just select that there and do a copy on it. So copy. I'm going to come back here and go to the external storage. So once again, let me just get ready to hit paste and start, and there we go. Okay, so now what I'm doing here is just to take a measurement to see how long it takes to transfer the data from the phone's internal storage to the external SSD. So once again, I'm just going to speed up through this, then I will come back at the end and then I will hit stop so I can get my timing to do some manual bitrate calculations. Okay, I'm going to come back in here and get ready to hit stop as soon as that folder has moved over. Okay, stop. Right, so I've hit stop there, as you could see, once that circle, well, like, disappeared, which is the actual indicator for the transfer. And so I'm going to call that, I'll call that 2 minutes just to be fair. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is just to go away and do some quick calculations and work out what the bit rates were. Okay, so as far as the bit rates for the speed tests are concerned, the folder that was used was 100,000 megabytes in size. Now, going from the SSD to the S25 Ultra took 3 minutes and 50 seconds, which is 230 seconds. So if we divide 100,000 by 230, we get 434, which is 434 megabytes per second. Then when we go from the S25 Ultra to the SSD, that took 4 minutes and 50 seconds, which is 290 seconds. So if we divide 100,000 by 290, we get 344, which is 344 megabytes per second. Now moving over to the iPhone 16 Pro Max, going from the SSD to the iPhone 16 Pro Max took 1 minute and 57 seconds, which is 107 seconds. So if we divide the 100,000, which is the folder size, by 107, we get 934, which is 934 megabytes per second. Then going from the iPhone 16 Pro Max to the SSD, that took 2 minutes, which is 120 seconds. So once again, we divide the 100,000 by 120, and that gives us 833, which is 833 megabytes per second. Now, as we can clearly see there, the iPhone 16 Pro Max is at least twice as fast compared to the S25 Ultra, doing the exact same tasks when moving data backwards and forwards over their USB-C ports. Okay, so to an end summary, and I just want to get ahead of the curve here before the usual crybaby Android fanboys jump into the comment section with their usual BS, starting to make up all kinds of nonsense and excuses as to why one of their favourite little darling phones got its arse kicked once again by an iPhone. Right, the simple thing that I've done here is just to prove one thing. Okay, it wasn't what I actually set out to do, because I was quite hoping that things had changed with Samsung with their Ultra series, but what we have clearly seen here is this, and this is coming from somebody who loves the Ultra series of phones. Samsung, for I think now the last 5 or 6 generations with their flagship phones have not changed the USB-C port speed on their phones. So the S25 Ultra is still clearly running at 5 gigabits per second, and quite clearly the iPhone is running at 10 gigabits per second. Now I know that there is going to be some moaning crybaby Android fanboys out there who are going to start bleating on about like, well, who needs to transfer that type of data, and who needs those fast speeds anyway? Well, consider this then. There are going to be a lot of fans of the Samsung Ultra series like myself who will buy one of these phones with like half a terabyte worth of storage on it, because I'm going to shoot loads of video with it and loads of photos, just as I do with an iPhone, in this instance obviously the Pro Max series. Now for someone like me, when I'm out and about and I'm like doing loads of filming and loads of photos and stuff like that, I will inevitably basically fill up the phones. It's as simple as that. And at some point that data has to be backed off in order for me to be able to continue shooting stuff. Well, in that instance, I want to be able to back off data as fast as possible. Now that 100 gigabytes that you've seen there is actually quite small, because there have been times when I've had to back off something like 400 gigabytes because I just needed to clear up that much of the internal storage to continue shooting, especially when shooting with something like, say, I don't know, 8K for instance, which is going to take up like some fairly big file sizes on something like an S25 Ultra. And also we're able to record ProRes 422, and don't forget as well, we can also record raw video on something like an S25 Ultra as well, and those files are absolutely ginormous. So yes, at some point you will have a lot of data which is basically well in excess of 100 gigabytes for a start, and you will want to be backing that off as fast as possible so you can continue shooting on your S25 Ultra. Anyways, the bottom line here as far as I'm concerned is simply this: I am super disappointed with Samsung because they have not once again upgraded or updated the port on their flagship phone. And this, like I say, is a phone that I seriously love. I think this is an awesome phone. Now the thing is, as far as I'm concerned, Samsung could just have easily have put USB 4 on this particular phone. Now a lot of people out there might be thinking, well, is it really necessary to go to a 40 gigabits per second connection on any phone? Well, like I've just said, when people start filling their phones up, and don't forget, if you've got a 1 terabyte version of a phone like this, you're going to be taking forever to back off those files. So yes, indeed, USB 4 would be absolutely awesome to have on a phone. Now, even if it wasn't going to be USB 4, Samsung could easily go to something like, USB-C 3.2 2x2, which is going to give 20 gigabits per second, or at the very least, he could just go to a 10 gigabits per second speed on the USB-C port, but they've done none of it. Anyways, I'm going to dive off right now, but just before I do, here's a quick thing for any of you arrogant Apple fanboys out there who are gloating because once again you've seen your darling kick the arse of something else which just can't possibly get close to it. Well, I'm going to do a video soon showing this phone here, and this is the Red Magic 10 Pro. This phone here costs less than half of the price of both the iPhone 16 Pro Max and also the S25 Ultra, but this thing here also has the Snapdragon 8 Elite chip inside of it, and I'm telling you right now, this phone here absolutely kicks the ass of the iPhone 16 Pro Max when it comes to gaming. Anyway, I'm diving off. I'm David Harry. Thank you very much for watching this video. Take care and goodbye now.